Hello, this is Mary Cruz, Go Rubius. And today I'm gonna do a swatching of some of the products I bought from the Dollar Tree store about Monday. And I'm gonna start off with these. Yeah, liquid highlighters. I bought because I was curious about them. Do they like actual liquid or sort of like the paint markers, or it's just like just regular highlighters? One way to find out. Yeah, it's like just a regular highlighter. Okay, probably guess the you can probably guess where I'm going with this. So I'll just write down the names of colors. Okay, that's about it for the highlighters. Yeah, I know you can barely see the yellow. I can barely see the yellow. The other two colors came out just fine. Like I said, I don't think they'll work on black paper. I'm not gonna try it. Nope. Yeah. Probably work best on like a manila paper or a beige paper. But do I recommend these for journaling? Yes. Do I recommend them for writing? Yes. Do I recommend them for coloring for the small spaces? Yes. Do I recommend them for drawing? Yes. Now we're gonna do what you all been waiting for: the swatching of the acrylic paints. Well, the best part is you don't need to shake this to make the colors more to make the color more opaque. I'm gonna try and make a small dollop. Oh, forgot this is seal. This one's got a little pull tab, but that doesn't mean it can make it. But that doesn't mean it could be easier. And I can use this. I can use this amount to test the paint. First, I'm gonna try with a dry brush. Not very opaque. It cleans off easily. Oop. I barely squeezed and it already came out. Now I'm gonna do with the wet brush. Mm. Yeah, it tends to soak through. Maybe because the paper of the book. Okay, here I have a watercolor, some watercolor paper. This should probably work better. Wouldn't soak through, but still not as opaque. Let's try this with the Bristol the Bristol paper. Yeah, it tends to work a little better on thick paper, but the thing is, it's not opaque. Yeah, I could probably use it to make like see-through images. Next up is the Deco Art Crafters acrylic metallic paint, which is red. Yeah, this one you have to shake. This one you have to shake to make the pot, make the color even just more vibrant or just less see through. Alright, goody, this is another good shake since it's taking so long to take off the wrapping. I don't see that much metallicalism, but it's kind of shimmery. Okay. It works kind of better on the. It's more opaque on a watercolor paper. Can you see the shimmer? Okay. Now for the Bristol paper. It goes a lot smoother on Bristol paper. Yeah. And you can see the shimmer. And last, we come to the Rich Art Archaeology Premium Acrylic Paint. And it's water sealable too. Well, it doesn't say if you need to shake it, but gotta do so just to be sure. Okay. It's like more opaque on the sketchbook than the crafter's acrylic paint does. Well, not as opaque, but it's kind of thick. It doesn't go through. Maybe because my brush is wet. I'm gonna try it on a dry brush. Oh, this will be more easier. It's a lot more steadier on with dry brush than a wet brush. Of course, when I use a dry brush, I had to use a lot. I had to use a lot of brushes once for just for drying. Or for my brush to dry so I can use it again. Okay. It's kind of opaque on the watercolor paper. Bristol paper. Okay, it's a little bit thinner on Bristol, maybe because I used a small dollop. Oh yeah. If you use like a little bit larger dollop, it goes a lot thicker, spreads more. Okay. That's my swatching of the acrylic paints. Yeah. I think they work best on thicker paper. Yeah. Yeah. At least the I think the best one for here it makes sense most is the rich art acrylology premium acrylic paint because it's a lot more thicker than the other ones. Yeah. So I don't recommend using this on like thin paper. It's too because it's too thin. Yeah. Actually, I don't recommend this at all because like it's too thin. I think it's meant for like children because it washes off easier. Yeah. Or maybe because I didn't shake it like the others. It's one way to find out. Eek. Nope. Nope. It's still thin. Oh, it's thin on my sketchbook paper. Yeah, it's still thin on the watercolor paper. And it's still thin on Bristol. Yeah. So I strongly do not recommend this. The Crafter Squares acrylic paint because it's too thin. Maybe you can add like a thickener. It might work well. Or you can use it like if you make have, if you make drawings as fabric. If you're drawing fabric drawings that are you make them see through like veils and stuff or like curtains. Or like a monochrome thing. Yeah. But the other two they work fine because they're a little more opaque. Yeah. And that's all I have to do for the squatching today. And this is Mary Cruz sign off.